Being rich does not automatically mean being smart with money. In fact, some of the biggest financial mistakes in history were made by people who had more wealth than most of us can imagine. Luxury homes, private jets, exotic cars, and designer lifestyles often create an illusion of financial intelligence, but appearances can be dangerously misleading. Many wealthy individuals have made decisions that cost them millions, sometimes billions of dollars. Entire empires have collapsed not because of a lack of money, but because of poor judgment, overconfidence, and failure to manage risk. Wealth can amplify mistakes just as easily as it amplifies success. Today, we're uncovering the biggest financial mistakes rich people made. Mistakes that destroyed fortunes, damaged reputations, and erased generational wealth. These aren't stories meant to shame success. They are powerful lessons in discipline, strategy, and long-term thinking. From reckless spending and bad investments to tax mismanagement and lack of diversification, these errors prove one critical truth: wealth without financial wisdom is fragile. Understanding these mistakes isn't just useful for the ultra-rich. It's essential for anyone who wants to build, protect, and grow wealth sustainably. Over the next chapters, we'll break down real financial errors and the lessons behind them, showing why even the richest people aren't invincible, but learning from their failures can help you avoid the same costly traps. One of the most common and dangerous financial mistakes rich people make is living beyond their means. It sounds counterintuitive. How can someone with millions overspend? But excessive lifestyles can drain wealth faster than most people realize. As income rises, so do expenses. Luxury homes come with high maintenance costs. Exotic cars depreciate rapidly. Private jets, yachts, and elite travel require constant cash flow. Many wealthy individuals fall into the trap of upgrading their lifestyle faster than their assets grow. The problem intensifies when spending is funded by debt. Mortgages on multiple mansions, loans on luxury vehicles, and high-interest liabilities can pile up quietly. During economic downturns or business slowdowns, these obligations become financial landmines. History is full of wealthy individuals who earned millions but spent even faster, leaving them asset-rich but cash-poor. When income slowed, their lifestyle collapsed. The lesson is simple but powerful. True wealth isn't about what you display, it's about what you keep and grow. Financial discipline, controlled spending, and resisting lifestyle inflation protect wealth far better than flashy purchases ever could. Having money does not make someone a great investor. Many wealthy individuals have lost fortunes by making impulsive, emotional, or poorly researched investment decisions. Chasing high returns without understanding risk is one of the fastest ways to lose wealth. Some invest heavily in risky startups without due diligence. Others pour money into volatile markets based on hype, trends, or fear of missing out. When markets shift, as they always do, these decisions can result in massive losses. Another common mistake is overconfidence. Success in one industry can create a false belief that someone will succeed in all investments. This mindset often leads to ignoring expert advice, skipping research, and underestimating downside risk. The ultra-rich who preserve wealth understand the importance of diversification, risk management, and patience. They invest strategically, hedge against losses, and avoid emotional decisions. The lesson is clear. Money alone doesn't protect you from bad investments. Knowledge, research, and disciplined strategy are what turn wealth into long-term security. Taxes are one of the most underestimated threats to wealth, and even the ultra-rich make costly mistakes by ignoring proper tax strategy. Earning millions is impressive, but keeping them requires intelligent planning. Some wealthy individuals fail to plan for large tax liabilities, assuming their income or net worth will always cover the bill. Others avoid professional advice, make poor deductions, or structure assets inefficiently. The result? Millions lost unnecessarily to taxes, penalties, and forced asset sales. In extreme cases, individuals with high net worth but poor liquidity are forced to sell valuable assets or take loans just to pay tax obligations. This weakens long-term financial stability and limits future growth. Smart wealth management treats taxes as a strategic component, not an afterthought. Legal structures, retirement planning, charitable giving, and asset allocation can dramatically reduce tax exposure when handled correctly. The lesson: taxes aren't just an expense, they're a system. Those who understand and plan for it preserve and multiply wealth, while those who ignore it slowly bleed capital. Another major financial mistake rich people make is failing to diversify their wealth. Concentrating too much money in one business, one stock, or one industry creates dangerous vulnerability. Many fortunes are built on a single successful venture. While this can generate massive wealth, it also creates dependence. If the industry crashes, regulations change, or technology disrupts the market, that fortune can disappear almost overnight. History shows countless examples of wealthy individuals who were rich on paper, but financially fragile. When their primary asset declined, they were forced to sell properties, liquidate investments, or take on debt to survive. Diversification is the foundation of financial resilience. Spreading wealth across businesses, stocks, real estate, and alternative assets protects against uncertainty and market volatility. The lesson is straightforward. Diversification is not about limiting success, it's about protecting it. Wealth that survives multiple economic cycles is built on balance, not concentration. Many people assume that millionaires and billionaires are immune to financial emergencies, but reality proves otherwise. Even the ultra-rich face sudden setbacks such as lawsuits, business collapses, medical emergencies, regulatory fines, or unexpected market crashes. When these events strike, the lack of accessible cash can turn a manageable problem into a financial disaster. A common mistake among wealthy individuals is tying up most of their net worth in illiquid assets like real estate, private businesses, or long-term investments. On paper, they may be worth millions, yet struggle to access cash quickly. When urgent expenses arise, they're often forced to sell assets at the worst possible time, locking in losses and permanently damaging their wealth. This problem becomes especially dangerous during economic downturns. When asset values drop and liquidity dries up, properties take months to sell. Businesses can't be exited easily. Investments may be down significantly. Without emergency reserves, even wealthy individuals experience stress, panic, and poor decision-making. Smart financial planning always includes liquidity. Emergency funds, cash reserves, and flexible credit lines act as shock absorbers, allowing wealth to survive unexpected hits without disrupting long-term investments. The lesson: wealth isn't just about net worth, it's about access. Maintaining emergency funds and liquidity protects assets, preserves peace of mind, and ensures that temporary crises don't become permanent losses. One of the most expensive mistakes wealthy individuals make is trusting the wrong advisors. As wealth grows, so does the number of people offering guidance. Financial advisors, accountants, lawyers, consultants, wealth managers, and business partners suddenly appear, each claiming expertise and promising to protect or grow fortunes. But not all advice is created equal, and not all advisors act in their clients' best interest. History is filled with examples of millionaires and billionaires who lost massive portions of their wealth due to poor advice, hidden conflicts of interest, or outright deception. Some advisors prioritize commissions over outcomes, pushing complex financial products that generate fees for them while exposing clients to unnecessary risk. Others simply lack the experience to manage large or complex portfolios but still present themselves as experts. The most dangerous mistake is blind trust. Many wealthy individuals delegate too much responsibility, assuming that professionals will always act wisely and ethically. Over time, this detachment leads to a lack of oversight. Risks go unnoticed, investments become overly complex, legal structures are mismanaged, and warning signs are ignored until significant damage is done. In some cases, the consequences are severe: legal disputes, regulatory penalties, frozen assets, or total financial collapse. Even when fraud isn't involved, poor guidance can quietly erode wealth through inefficient strategies, excessive fees, or missed opportunities. The damage often isn't immediate, making it harder to detect until years of value are already lost. Smart, wealthy individuals take a very different approach. They thoroughly vet advisors, verify credentials, and demand transparency. They seek multiple opinions before making major decisions and avoid relying on a single source of advice. Most importantly, They remain actively involved in understanding their own financial strategies, even if they don't manage every detail themselves. They understand one critical truth: advisors are tools, not replacements for responsibility. Delegation does not mean abdication. The most successful individuals view financial literacy as non-negotiable, regardless of net worth. The lesson: no matter how rich you become, your money is ultimately your responsibility. Trust must be earned, oversight is essential, and informed decision-making is the strongest defense against costly mistakes. Wealth grows when guidance is combined with awareness, not blind faith. Debt can be a powerful financial tool, but when misused, it becomes one of the fastest ways to destroy wealth. Many rich individuals fall into the trap of excessive borrowing, assuming that high income or rising asset values will always cover repayments. Luxury homes, yachts, private jets, and speculative investments are often financed with borrowed money. While leverage can amplify gains during good times, it magnifies losses during downturns. When markets shift, interest rates rise, or income drops, debt obligations remain, and they can quickly become overwhelming. History shows countless examples of wealthy individuals who lost everything because they relied too heavily on leverage. When asset values declined, lenders demanded repayment, forcing fire sales and bankruptcies. What once symbolized success turned into financial collapse. Smart wealth management uses debt strategically and conservatively. It ensures repayments can be met even during worst-case scenarios and avoids tying lifestyle expenses to borrowed money. The lesson: debt should support wealth creation, not threaten survival. Overleveraging turns luxury into liability and stability into risk. Wealth without a long-term plan is one of the most fragile forms of success. Many rich individuals focus heavily on short-term gains, spending profits quickly, chasing trends, or reinvesting without considering long-term consequences. Without proper planning, wealth can disappear within a single generation. Poor estate planning, lack of succession strategy, inefficient tax structures, and unmanaged risk slowly erode even massive fortunes. Family disputes, legal battles, and forced asset sales often follow. Long-term planning protects wealth across decades. It includes retirement strategies, estate planning, asset protection, diversification, and preparing future generations to manage money responsibly. Those who ignore these steps risk losing not just money, but reputation and legacy. The most successful wealthy individuals think in decades, not years. They design systems that survive market cycles, economic shifts, and generational transitions. The lesson: true wealth is measured by longevity. If it doesn't last, it was never secure to begin with. The biggest takeaway from these stories is clear: money alone does not guarantee financial security. Even the richest individuals in the world make mistakes, but those mistakes offer powerful lessons for anyone who wants to build and protect wealth. The core lessons are timeless. 1. Live within your means regardless of income level. 2. Make informed, strategic investments, not emotional ones. 3. Plan for taxes, emergencies, and unexpected events. 4. Diversify assets and avoid excessive debt. 5. Stay involved and informed. Never blindly trust others with your money. Wealth is fragile without discipline, education, and long-term thinking. Luxury and financial freedom are not defined by how much you spend, but by how well you manage risk, strategy, and responsibility. By learning from the mistakes of the rich, you can avoid costly pitfalls, protect what you build, and create sustainable wealth that lasts for generations. If you found these lessons valuable, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more insights into wealth, luxury, and financial success.